Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Sage the Scales, where tarot and intuition combine with law, politics, humanitarian issues across the globe. I would like to say thank you to my friends and family who have encouraged me to take my talent and my love of tarot and my love of talking, sometimes to myself, to YouTube. So here I am. I would like to say thank you to my granddaughter Aria. She's very, very young and is probably going to be my tech person. I can't wait to see how that comes along. And I would also like to say thank you to Autumn from Black and Orange Tarot and Astrology for encouraging me, for reaching out to me and letting me know that she thought that this would be a great idea. There's more need for this in the world. There's more need to bring out the hope off of this very heavy energy. And there is so much energy in everything that is going on right now. This week alone, I was trying to pick a topic or two to go with, and I've just had to break it down into many different videos, just trying to organize my thoughts, because there are so many issues that are happening and events that are happening that bleed into other things, and they all connect their webbing. So today's video, I'm going to begin with Putin and the effect he's having on the world. We're going to start with Yulia Navalny, the widow of the opposition leader in Russia, Alexei Navalny. Now, I was wondering at the beginning of the week when they first determined that he had been murdered, if she was going to remain in Russia. My thoughts were, I could see MLK. I could see MLK, but I kept seeing these 3-letter anagrams. I saw MLK, I saw Black Lives Matter, BLM, and there was another one that didn't make sense to me, so I'm not going to bring that in right now, but maybe it'll make sense later. I kept feeling that around her, she had so much support and so many people. And then when I saw her, when she spoke in Munich, Germany, which she supposedly lives in Germany, and I wasn't aware of that at the time, but I'm really glad she's not in Russia, because it validated what I was getting as far as the Black Lives Matter, BLM image in my mind. And that is, to have an opposition inside Russia, you are isolated. Putin isolates the media. Putin isolates people. There are things happening that the masses don't know about, and they're not going to know about. He makes sure of that. That's how he rules. So, as dangerous as it is for her inside Russia, it's just as dangerous outside of Russia. And that being the case, I see so many people around her. I see a ton of people around her. And that being said, I also feel like because she's able to be out there and have so much support around her, she's also pulling that energy, like from Black Lives Matter, where you have people from all over the place supporting this this opposition to Putin and his maniacal reign. So because she's getting that support and she's going to get the news, she's going to be able to make this public to everybody around the world, what she's doing, how she's doing it. And if anything happens, people will know about it. People will know. Of course, the people inside Russia might not know, but I think they'll know. I'm pretty sure that she's got boots on the ground there. They're all going to talk. That's how oppositions work, especially in Russia. Hold on a second. I dropped half my cards. Awesome. They're back. Okay, so we're going to discuss Yulia. We're going to see, will the world see her push back on Putin in a big way? Because I get the feeling that all of this time and all of this energy that she and her husband have worked together to bring for Russian citizens, it's now her time to shine. She's taken it all on. She's getting backing. She's getting backing from, again, MLK. This is what I just kept, I got it again. He got pushed back against. People are out to assassinate him. We all know how much change he brought. Of course, you have Malcolm X, who believes that MLK was too kind and dressing nice, being calm, having peaceful protests. And he wasn't seeing that that forceful change that he wanted. He's waiting for white man to allow them to have some rights. So Malcolm X pushed hard. So maybe this is going to bring that up. Maybe the way she goes about it is going to bring up the Black Panther vibe in Russia. Maybe it's going to. So let's do some readings. Let's read on that first. Will the world see Giovanni? Yulia Navalny. I just stuck their names together. Yulia Navalny push back on Putin. Will they see it? Will they see her efforts? Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. All right. I don't typically read upside down, so the card we have for the reading is insult to injury. Let's face facts, folks. She just had her husband murdered. She's gonna be something to be reckoned with here. Absolutely. Things look unstable right now. There's a lot at play. Putin had his hands all in this. Okay, this isn't typically maybe oligarchs. Maybe the oligarchs had something. Somebody was given some money. Okay, so she's been destabilized with her husband at the head of this organization, and now he's gone. She's a little wobbly on her footing, but she's got this, right? There's going to be celebration. There's going to be women, and there are families, there are women in Russia who've lost children. They've lost husbands, they've lost brothers, they've lost lovers. These men are gone. She is now exactly like one of them. She also has lost someone. She hasn't gotten the body back either, has she? I don't know what's going on with that. This is still an energy that's in play. So maybe she's sitting pretty. Maybe she actually is able to get the word out. You've got this lovely little falcon up here. She's outside the country. She's getting support. Putin made a message. He really did. He sent a big message to the world, a big fiery message by killing him. Okay? But guess what she did? She also brought in a message. Her message was, when she stepped up in Munich, Germany, at the security conference, right after Kamala Harris. That was her message to him. Guess who has her back? The ladies. The ladies, the U.S., we have her back. She met with Biden after I was looking into this. I realized that she had met with Biden. She and her daughter met with Biden. She's got backing. She's going to have a voice now, a real voice, a real opportunity and a chance for a change. This is going to transform. This is going to transform that country. And even if Putin still remains and then eventually passes and someone else comes in, they're going to start seeing a big change. People aren't going to be under Putin's thumb. This is what we need. Women. We need women rising up. Okay, so Yulia Navalny, to you. Okay. The next issue with Russia I wanted to discuss was the GOP. This whole Hunter Biden debacle with the Smirnov man, Alexander Smirnov, finding out that he was an FBI informant, but he was getting his intel from Russia. Okay? This isn't new. This has been going on for decades. We all know this. Any of us who watched the Trump impeachment, where he was being impeached for the quid pro quo on Zelensky in Ukraine, remember that Trump's counsel was pulled aside by U.S. intelligence and told that what they were saying was malinformation and Russian propaganda. That's what they were saying. That's what they were spreading. That's what they were using as a defense. So they're very well aware, and they've been aware for a very, very long time, that what they're doing is what they are. They're pushing this for their own agenda. Now, I don't know what that is. Because honestly, if you're within the GOP and somehow Trump gets back in, he's not going to keep you. He doesn't want anybody who could ever oppose him. You will just be gone. Anybody who is intelligent, anybody who has any knowledge, anybody who knows anything about him will disappear. That's what happens. Pol Pot went through Cambodia. He pulled out everybody who had an education. Doctors, teachers, you name it. And they were gone. So if you think you're going to keep these people who could counter you, come up against you, have a following that's not you, for you, I don't know if they're going to be around. So here's the thing. Comer and Jordan knew what they were using. They knew they were using Russian malinformation. They know that they pulled from Gal Luft. Remember him? He was the arms dealer who was dealing with, Syria and Iran, China. Maybe not Iran, but definitely Syria. So they've got him back in custody. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Do you think that America is going to give him maybe he knows his days are numbered. He knows he already spilled the beans. He's not really safe anywhere. Sure can't go back to Russia. He can't go there. He will die. So do you think that we're going to present a deal for maybe the witness relocation program for him? Get him and his girlfriend into a situation where they're going to be safe to stay here and he can spill the beans further and testify. I want to know if he's going to produce more information for us. Is Smirnov going to produce more information for U.S. intelligence? Okay. Smirnov. All right. We have our temperance angel. There is balance and tempering of the situation, and I think this is him knowing that he is torn between two bad situations. And which one will he lean into? I'm hoping he's going to lean into the U.S., providing him with some balance in his life right now, because he really doesn't have any. People are coming to him to have a discussion. The Three of Pentacles, I've always seen it as someone's working really hard and the people just show up and say, hey, we got something, we got something, we see what you're doing here, we got something. And there's okay, so these people are coming to him. He's already done what he's done, but now he's being given a whole other opportunity. He's being given some sort of safeguard against the evildoers in the world, meaning the Russian regime and Putin and what could come at him. So if he takes this action, this is a very positive. I believe we're leaning towards a yes. I think the U.S. is going to assist him. There's an action he can take because he's got to show there's a lesson to be learned in this. So he's going to have documentations and lots of information in his where he thought, oh crap, I've been caught. Now he's like, oh, well, maybe this is a good thing. Maybe I can go and find myself sitting pretty someplace and just live out with my money and be safe. Because right now, the other option is Russia's going to come in and have him parachute out a window without a parachute. You know what I mean? So here he is. He's being given a gift. And I think he sees it. He sees it. He sees this gift. I think he's taking it, and I think that's a yes for sure. Okay, I love that. And it's crazy because every time I start to read, I get more information. There's more stuff coming out. I want to know if, as MTG calls him, Hunter Biden. I want to know if Hunter Biden gonna sue the pants off of Comer and George. I hate that guy. So sleazy. He's a smarmy bunch. Oh my God, so smarmy. Okay. I don't know. Well, maybe we're going to find some evidence. Really? Going to find some evidence? Mark found some evidence. Know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Poor guy. Poor guy. Okay. Hunter, how's this going to go for you? Let me see. All right. I hope this is good. Because oh, my bias is here. I got to get rid of that. Hold on. Let me just kind of. All right. I think I'm okay. It's not about me. All right. Here we go. Ha! Okay. In comes law enforcement. They're here. Comer, Jordan, guess what? Dummies. You didn't have to put yourself in this situation. This isn't a cage around you. So the Eight of Swords. Bound. Okay? You feeling like you're bound. You're stalled. You're stopped. You can't get out. You've been imprisoned. Take that blindfold off. You're not. These people had opportunity to stop pushing the propaganda and stop reaching into the propaganda at every stage to try to come up with the end result. And that's really what they're doing. They're backfilling what they want their result to be by the garbage that is presented to them. And they're twisting and turning all the information to try to make it a case. And these are those two ding-dongs working together, all right? So you have the people on the GOP. They're realizing right now that they could face criminal charges. I really think they do. But they've got their big old emperor out there, right? They've got their emperor out. And I don't know if this is Trump right now or if this is actually Putin. There's more to this. There's far more to this than we know. Everybody says Trump had, Putin has tapes on Trump. Who's going to care? We've already all heard about it. We've seen him be found liable for assaulting E. Jean Carroll. And it wasn't just her testimony. There were many women who came in and testified to his behavior. They brought up his own words against him. He admits to his bad behavior, right? So I don't think there's tapes. I think there's something else. But I think I would find it interesting if this was our end result and there was somebody in the middle. I would say this was Putin. Being right there, I definitely think it's Putin. I definitely think it's Putin. And then we have this. They want it to go back. They want to be destabilized. They want to be in the back pocket of this man. They're willing to be those sniveling little, squirmy little creatures to get into his curry, into his bank. They take over the government. They can rule everything, They really think they can. This is the other card. This is my Mar-a-Lago card. But funny thing is, Mar-a-Lago, I'm gonna change the subject right now. I guess yesterday Trump tried to pull a slippery and get Florida properties that were part of the New York Attorney General A.G. James's fraud case. They were trying to relocate them to Florida. And it was kind of funny because the very first one that was listed, there was like 5 or 6 of them. There was Doral. There were a couple others, but they tried to change 1100 Ocean Boulevard. That's Mar-a-Lago. So maybe that's it. Maybe that whole reading had something to do with that property. Very interesting. This all ties together. I've always said from the very, very beginning, if you look through the Mueller report and you watch all of that, you paid attention to the actors, it's a ginormous web. Inside of a ginormous web, inside of a giant web. A lot of web. I want to get rid of some of that web. You know what gets rid of webs? Flame. Just torch it. Just dissipates like hair. So awful. I feel like we're getting somewhere with it though, folks. We are. Okay. Now, I want to know, will the GOP go down for being undeclared Russian ops? There are so many there. We're all hoping and praying. Well, not hoping and praying, but we've been waiting for this balancing act, okay? We've been waiting for, the scales have been so far askewed for so many years now, where the depths of depravity on one side just keep dragging it down, 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 right? But it's got to come back. It's got to come back closer to the scepter. It just has to. That's why we sage our scales, right? We get that balance. We have to see things a little more clearly. And though we've been anticipating the January 6th indictments of people at the GOP, is that really what they're going to get indicted for? Or could this be opening the door? This takedown of this FBI informant, of Comer and Jordan, and what they say, and how they pull from these false narratives from Russian ops. Are we going to find out? Are they going to probably end up being indicted for being Russian ops? So let's take a peek. Let's take a peek at our cards and see what they say. How is the GOP going to handle their connections with Russia? Are they going to get indictments for being Russian ops? Okay, we have our dynasty. We have all those oligarchs and all their money and all their places around the world. We all know Moscow Mitch. He took in Oleg Deripaska and he allowed him to open up, in Kentucky, mind you, his Russian aluminum plant. The turtle. He's one of many. Things that are hidden. Things that are hidden from us. That wasn't even hidden. That we knew. We know about that one. It's part of the aggravation. We see things. Why don't others act on it, right? Sorry about the camera wiggle. So there are things hidden. There are deals made that appear wonderful and joyous and amazing to the GOP. You know, they think everything will go back to the way it was, and they're going to have wonderful, wonderful lives because the money that's coming in from these oligarchs, they're going to be carefree and in cahoots with one another, and it's going to be wonderful. But this is back again. This Eight of Swords is back again. They know the game they're playing. And the card ends in the Ten of Swords. Law's coming. It can be health. It can be the toll it takes on a body. I think they know it's coming, and I think that they are really feeling pretty scared. And I think maybe, just maybe, this could be why some people in the GOP are not up for re-election. They're just walking away from it. Maybe they see this in who's left of the GOP party. Grand old party, my butt. Okay. I don't see jail. I don't see law coming in, but I think this is in such an early state. This energy is so fresh. Though I don't think it's fresh. And you probably don't think it's fresh. But maybe the masses, maybe the people in America who just watch the news once in a blue moon will realize this is something. This is here. There is influence. There's huge influence. They're choosing that influence over protecting America. It's so funny because around the world we talk about how America ranks and our education isn't great, and I mean, there's all these different factors into this the scale of how we rank. In the very top thing we rank at, more than any other country, is our exceptionalism. And I don't doubt it. But the GOP has even abandoned that. They have abandoned our exceptionalism. And as much as I can't stand that exceptionalism, it's funny because that was the one thing that you've got Trump, America first, and they're doing the absolute opposite. You've got Trump saying, we're the best, we're better than, and they're saying the absolute opposite of it. The message is very screwed up. The message is so scary, and it's from moment to moment. I don't get it. It's like you've got Tucker going over to Russia, tell us how wonderful the bread is. Ew, kissing the bread. Gotta kiss that loaf of bread. It's so great. It's kind of amazing, though, isn't it, how he went over there, and that's when Navalny went. Sorry, that's loud. So I feel like there was a message in that as well. He's talking with Tucker, telling the whole world how amazing he is and how he deserves to go and get his country, reclaim what was once the USSR. He needs to go reclaim it all, be able to just go get it. And this huge, long, boring history lesson of wrong facts. Wrong facts. And that's, oh, wouldn't it be funny if he blamed Tucker Carlson for the death of Navalny? Oh my God. That would be hysterical. It's like, he was here in my country. Das potato. He did it. All right. That's great. We can only hope, right? Something fun like that. Okay, I'm going to read this. I'm going to read on, will there be legal action against the GOP for their push of the Russian narrative? Okay, so we have things that are hidden. This is a little 4 card. There are things that are hidden. Maybe they're not so hidden anymore. Maybe they think it's all. They're so clever. No one will figure it out. But then we have our Joe Biden card here. We have our government. We had our government are very passionate about this. They're very passionate about this. And it's a stinky fish. They see the stinky fish. They know there's a stinky fish. They're looking at this. Our government has been looking at this. What am I saying? I didn't even read cards on that. We all know this. We know, just from what I said before about during the Trump impeachment, for trying to bribe Zelensky, we know our intelligence already knows. They already know. Maybe I need to focus a little harder. I'm going to do another poll. See if I focus a little harder and if I get any legal action towards the GOP. Do we have any legal action against this? Do we have any legal action against the GOP? Well, I'm putting it to bed. And maybe it's easy. Maybe when you read this card, sometimes I see that like there could be a legal decision and it's just easy. They don't have to fight. It's just, here it is. This is what we've got. You've made it easy for us. Of course, the Temperance card came out. It fell out earlier. Maybe this is the balance. Maybe this is the balance. We didn't have to work too hard. It's a pretty easy case. You know, sometimes when you try to do something and you're trying to make it happen and it falls apart and then it turns hard and, you know, you need to do more paperwork, sign more documents, try more things. And it just seems like it's such hard work. But then sometimes you try something and it's easy and it works and you're in. And that's how I'm feeling about this. Because there's judgment. These people are going to be called to task for the things they say, for the money they bring in. God, I wish we could find that money. the people that have come to them, the people that have come to them for them to do the dirty work for them, they're not opening up what they want to give yet, because she's got something here. She could take the lid off. Oh. Sometimes people consider a queen like a group. And I always look at that chalice she has in her hand. She could take the top off, but she doesn't. Maybe they've got something. Maybe we've got something and we've got a lid on it. We got to keep a lid on it for now. Got to keep a lid on this. All right. That's what I've got. That's what I've got. That's my very first episode of Sage to Scales. I did it. I love it. Okay, I'm going to see y'all later. I want everybody to have a great day. I want y'all to just remember to find your balance. Turn off YouTube. Turn on the radio. Get some music. Read a book. Paint your nails. Go walk your dog. Because you are energy, and the energy you bring into the world affects other energies. So go smile. Go be happy. Go say hello. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.